Oh, you think I'm arrogant? Oh no, you've been mistaken. I'm not that arrogant. I just, this is for my film. Yeah, I'm doing a samurai film. And, you know, you're fucking beautiful. I'm usually not one for doing serious video game reviews. I mean, have you seen my content? But there was something that caught my eye about Dear Me I Was in a way that really resonated with my artistic desires. Gaming nowadays is such a huge ecosystem that appeals to so many people in so many different ways. But it wasn't always like that. There was once a time where video games could only exist if they were branded as the hottest new kids' toy. And that's largely due to the big grey box that Nintendo made in 1985. This stigma, so to speak, led to the kind of Karen mothers we have today, noting that any and all video games are manipulating children and turning their brains to mush. And that's the thing. You can tell how much someone knows about video games by the way they talk about them. My mother used Call of Duty, GTA, and
Fortnite.
as examples to say that video games teach you nothing, and by playing them, you're wasting your time. Well, Mom, seems like you have me beat. I'm surprised you didn't... Seems like you have me beat. I'm surprised you didn't pull the old Steve Jobs gave his iPad to his children routine. But there's one thing that you failed to consider, and that's Dear Me I Was being a video game that teaches people about life, failure, loss, hope, and how to deal with those things in the intricate game of life, and also benefiting my life for a solid hour. Oh, you want proof? Well, let's review this earth-shattering masterpiece then. Released exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2, July 31st, 2025, Dear Me I Was is a visual novel / interactive story game by Arc System Works. But the main claim to fame this game has is that all the artwork is done by Taizuke Kanazaki. Nailed it! A legendary artist in the video game scene, responsible for games like Hotel Dusk Room 215, Another Code 2 Memories, and a sequel to Hotel Dusk, which a lot of people don't know about, titled Last Window: The Secret of Cape West. Highly recommend all those games, by the way, especially Hotel Dusk. The DS really was home to some incredible experiences. Experiences which only Taizuke Kanazaki could have envisioned. His hand-drawn art style is perfection, in my opinion, and when I heard that he was coming back to work on a new game for the Switch 2, I was leaping off my sofa in glee! Before my mum set me straight by asking me to get a job. Ah, crippling resentment. You can't beat it, can you? Right away, you are transported to the world of the story. Oh, the music! So memorable and impactful. Every song just has a way of luring you into the scene and magically captures, as Masahiro Sakurai would say, that gaming essence, which is just what this game needs to sell the story and its visuals. Speaking of the visuals, they are impeccable. And that's all due to the art direction. It really doesn't need me to sell it as much as I am, but come on! Every scene is just oozing... what is a synonym for beautiful? Handsome? Every scene just oozes handsomeness, and that's all due to the impressive watercolour and rotoscoping coming together. The most important part of the artistry at play, however, is when there is a deliberate point to convey a specific emotion. This story uniquely has no dialogue outside of the final song. So how do you go about telling a coming-of-age story without simplifying the grounded, realistic story? It's the colour, or the lack thereof. When Unnamed Japanese Woman, that's according to Google, okay, has gone through a traumatic experience, the colours go dull and moody to reflect how she's feeling. When a character in the story feels lost or not quite themselves, they have no colour at all. Black and white, like a ghost, without purpose or meaning. This also rings true when it comes to flashbacks, really keeping that motif of time throughout the game. This hit me like a truck. And as Unnamed Japanese Woman progresses in her life, we as people know and relate to these struggles because life is no picnic. You'll have ups and downs all the time. But these moments are what define us as people and what cements our personalities. A story like this will forever be timeless and will shape the hearts and minds of many gamers for years to come. Now, on the other hand, the Switch 2 mouse mode is on the complete opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to shaping hearts. Ugh. Honestly, it works okay for the most part. I found that it was fucky on both weird surfaces, like my leg and bedsheet, as well as hard surfaces that mice are typically good with, like my wooden table. Obviously, the optical sensor is not a high-end gaming mouse, since it doesn't even work on glass, but it can work, so that's good enough, I guess. It's a gimmick in almost every sense of the word, but it's not required, luckily, and to be fair, you'd only really know it has mouse mode if you decided to take a Joy-Con 2 and put it on a Surface, because the default is the analog stick, and it works perfectly. When it comes to the gameplay, there is one thing I want to note about it, and that is, it's not really gameplay in a traditional sense. It has interactive elements, which mostly boils down to make Unnamed Japanese Woman eat food by pressing A on a food, and make Unnamed Japanese Woman draw in her notebook by holding A and going hog wild on the analog stick. Basic stuff, but it doesn't really detract from the experience at all. Because it's simple and intuitive gameplay. It makes you feel more invested because it feels like you, the player, are unraveling Unnamed Japanese Woman's story, as well as playing a key part in her emotional well-being. There were many points where I hit a quote-unquote gameplay section, and I just didn't move the cursor. I didn't want her to do the thing the game was asking me to do, because I felt like I was her to some extent. And I feel like the game could have played into that idea way more than it actually does.
Oh my god! I finally have a negative criticism about this game! Yes! The content is gonna be entertaining again!
Every goddamn time I back into the home menu and leave this game running, the story progresses in the fucking background. So you better hope to God that you pause the game before exiting out, otherwise you are going to miss some major story beats. Luckily, the game hits gameplay sections and won't progress all that far, so it's not that big of a deal, considering once you know this is a thing, then you'll just pause the next time. And it's not like this is a long game. You can finish it in one sitting, which means you're much less likely to go to the home menu in that time. But it's still kinda dumb and I wanted to bitch about it. But, yeah, that's kind of it for my review. I mean, that's the bulk of the game, really, without spoiling anything. And to be honest, I could say more, but I feel like everyone watching this video has probably worked out whether this game appeals to you or not. So it turns out Dear Me I Was really is a masterpiece in what it sets out to do. The story is an emotionally charged coming-of-age story with great characters that have a lot of depth and personality. The game plays well, it runs well, and it's a great cozy game to experience with someone. It's also extremely cheap. Even at full price, I only paid like £6 for it. No physical, unfortunately, which is really depressing because I love buying game keycards. I give Dear Me I Was 1,000 out of 10, and I really don't believe that's high enough. This game is sure to resonate with so many people, and the ending, as a result, feels well earned and justified, as it feels like you've just witnessed history.
So take that, mums of the world. Video games can be legitimate jaw-dropping experiences that can change your life forever. Wait, what? Oh, they don't care. Well, let's see how they like it when I start cranking 90s on Fortnite, huh? You want me on Fortnite? Oh, come on, Fortnite.